She looked like just another technician tightening a loose cable in the corner of a dusty command post, until a hardened Navy SEAL captain suddenly snapped to attention and raised his hand in a full salute. The room went dead silent. No one understood why, and that's when everything changed. Before the story begins, tell me, from which part of the United States are you watching from? Drop your state in the comments. The command post hummed with tension, the low buzz of radios mixing with the distant thud of helicopters landing outside, as operators crowded around digital maps, tracking a mission that had already gone sideways. And in the far corner stood a woman in a standard utility uniform, sleeves rolled up, hair tightly secured, quietly repairing a malfunctioning radio console that everyone else had already given up on. Most of the men barely noticing her presence, assuming she was another support technician flown in to clean up loose ends, but her movements were calm and precise, fingers working with the confidence of someone who had done this under fire before. When suddenly the main feed flickered again, cutting off a live recon unit deep in hostile territory, causing voices to rise and tempers to snap. And that was when she spoke, just one sentence, low and controlled, pointing out a frequency conflict no one else had caught. And the room paused, surprised, as she reached in, made one small adjustment, and the feed snapped back to life clearer than before, drawing the attention of the Navy SEAL captain standing near the center table, a battle-hardened officer known for never wasting words and never showing hesitation, who stared at the screen, then at her hands, then at her face, recognition slowly tightening his expression, until, to the shock of everyone present, he stepped forward, squared his shoulders, and raised his hand in a sharp, unmistakable salute directed straight at her, freezing the entire command post in disbelief, chairs scraping as officers stood halfway before stopping, unsure if what they were seeing was real, because you don't salute a technician, not like that, not unless rank and history demand it, and whispers spread like wildfire as she calmly finished securing the panel and finally looked up, returning the salute with perfect form, revealing in that single motion that she wasn't who they thought she was at all, because years earlier, long before this base existed, she had led classified joint operations so deep in the shadows that even her name had been buried under layers of clearance. And the captain had served under her command during a mission that saved his entire team at the cost of her own career, a mission officially erased after she refused to abandon civilians trapped behind enemy lines, choosing instead to disobey orders and bring everyone home alive, a decision that ended her rise but cemented her legend among the few who knew. And now, standing there with grease on her hands and no insignia to announce her past, she quietly asked for the mission timeline, causing the room to shift as senior officers exchanged uneasy glances, realizing too late that the person they had overlooked was the only one who truly understood the enemy's electronic warfare tactics, as she began identifying flaws in the operation, predicting an ambush route no satellite had flagged, and when the data confirmed her assessment. Seconds later, the room erupted into controlled chaos, commanders scrambling to adjust plans while the SEAL captain backed her authority without hesitation, openly deferring to her experience, shocking everyone further as she revealed the radio failure wasn't accidental, but a deliberate probe, meaning the enemy already knew their response patterns, forcing an immediate decision that would either save or doom the deployed team. And when the commanding officer hesitated, bound by protocol, she stepped forward and quietly said she would take responsibility, the same way she always had, drawing a sharp breath from the room as she outlined a countermove so bold it bordered on insane, using the enemy's own signal trap against them. And when permission was finally granted, she personally executed the sequence, hands steady, voice clear, guiding operators through the chaos as minutes stretched like hours, until finally the recon unit's panicked breathing turned to relief, confirming they had slipped through the ambush exactly where she predicted. And only then did the room truly understand why a SEAL captain had saluted a woman repairing a radio, as silence settled again, heavier this time. And instead of claiming credit, she simply packed her tools, nodding once before heading for the exit, leaving behind stunned officers, saved lives, and a reminder that true authority doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it's hidden in plain sight, waiting for the moment when everything is on the line. If you enjoy powerful military stories like this, stories about hidden leaders, unexpected respect, and moments that change everything, make sure to subscribe to the channel and join our community. You won't want to miss what comes next.